All right, good morning, everyone. How are you all? You can see you're all on mute. You can just give me a thumbs up if you can hear me.
Yes. Good
Perfect.
morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Well, thank you for having me. Just to give you a little bit about myself quickly, my name is Michelle Steffen. I'm with Stewart Title of San Diego. I've been in the title and escrow business for nearly 20 years. I am up in the Carlsbad area, but I work with agents all over the county, and we have the ability to service transactions actually anywhere in the state. So if you had a client here who may have a property in Northern California, for example, we can still help you with that as well. We do everything from here. We do both residential and commercial title and escrow services. So whatever your clients have or whatever types of properties you're selling or representing, we can certainly help you with that. I do want to point out a couple quick things, and I'm going to show you a system called Title Toolbox. Some of you might be familiar with it. Some may never have seen it. It's a really dynamic smart farming tool, not your average farm list that you could get from any company. So I'll show you that in a quick second, but I do want to point out a couple things about Stewart that do make us unique. We actually do provide discounts. We are one of only 2 title companies that provide discounts for senior citizens, military, whether they're active or retired, and also first-time home buyers. And we are actually the only title company to offer discounts for first responders. So if your seller or buyer is a police officer, EMT, firefighter, we like to honor them and recognize them and offer them a discount on their closing costs. So I always like to tell people that because every penny helps in this market that we're in with rates and everything and home prices where they are. So has anyone ever heard of Title Toolbox before? You can unmute yourself and say yes or give me a thumbs up or down. Yes? Okay, Jose, thank you for that. Appreciate it. Do you use it at all? You do a little bit? Okay. You're on mute, Jose.
Yes, I do. I do use it every once in a while.
Okay,
yes.
Perfect. Okay. So I'm not going to bore you guys and spend a ton of time on this. I want to give you some really great highlights about it and ways that we can help you utilize this program. First and foremost, you can search properties by a specific address, by a radius, by a boundary, just like most farming programs can. But the unique thing about it are 2 things that I love. One, once you save your farm in there, you will get an automatic update anytime there is a change in that farming area. So if there's a sale, or it's really a transfer of title, so a sale or a refinance, you'll get a notification so you know what's happening in your farm area. The next thing that most of my clients love about this is some people are, really like to dive into the data and do all of their own farming. A lot of people are very busy. I get that. You're out on the road, you're meeting with clients, you're doing your thing. We can actually do it for you. So if you say, hey, Michelle, I have a listing coming up in Scripps Ranch, can you pull, the 250 homes around it for me? I can actually have my customer care team go pull that data for you and upload it into your account for you. And you'll simply get an email notification when it's ready. So you don't have to spend hours and hours doing this yourself. So that's a big time saver for you guys. The next thing that is huge is, especially in this market, why are people moving? A lot of it these days is life changes. There, unfortunately, are deaths in the family, probates, there's divorce. They could be an empty nester. They've been in the home for 30 years or more, and they're ready to downsize, things like that. So how do we find those leads? So for sake of time, I've actually logged into my own account, and I have a lot of different farms that I've saved in here so that you can kind of see how that works. So just for an example, I have Mendocino Drive. This was a farm for one of my agents. So we picked the 250 homes around there. And I just do the little drop down and I click select. And it should pop up. There we go. And so you'll see all the homes on here as you scroll down. You can go across. The blue little I'm sorry, right here. If it's green, it's owner occupied. If it's blue, it's non. And you can filter that way as well. So if you remember nothing else about what I say, remember these couple things. First, you want to look at new possible leads. So this will show you right over here. You can change the time frame as well, 12, 6, or 3 months. If there have been any deaths, probates, divorces, cash purchases, notice of defaults, tax liens, things like that. Everything on here is free to you for being a Stewart client, with the exception of these sorts of leads. So if you want to get phone numbers and emails, you can. If you want to buy the data that's specific to the leads I just mentioned, death, divorce, NODs, etc., you can buy those leads. They're very inexpensive, anywhere from 5 cents to 50 cents a lead, so it doesn't cost a lot. But say you didn't want to get these two, you could simply click the little buy button right there. The next thing you want to look at is dynamic stats. And this will show you, based on the area we're in for this farm list right here, the average number of beds and baths, the average year built, the average turnover ratio, price, number of homes, how many sales, how many are non-owner occupied. And then for those of you that loves graphs and charts, you can see loans by month and then sales by month. So it gives you a lot of details. But the best part of it all is when we get to the Premier data. And this is how you can really filter it. So this takes your spreadsheet from just 250 homes around a select address. You can filter it down as broadly or as, micro as you'd like. So you always want to go left to right. So general, you'd like to look at property characteristics if you want to be very specific on beds and baths, lot size, etc. But just remember, the more specific you are, the lower amount of results you're going to get. So if that's okay, then just know that. If you want to search by sex and tax information, you can change all of these. Custom filters, this one is a big one. Right here, the empty nester. So if I only want to find those that are empty nesters, 30 years of ownership plus 3 bedrooms or more in this farm, I would just change that filter to on. If you can be even specific with the house number if they're odd or even, but you're going to really limit your records that way. So let's see. So if I just click get count, it will show me out of those 250, actually only one property had that given criteria, but I could download that and then contact those folks if I wanted to. You always want to clear out data too. So if you want to take off that filter. Now here's where it really gets fun. If you would like to look for certain leads in this area, and these gold bars right here signify that those are the paid leads. Just so you're aware of that, you can click on type of leads, and you can see all the different types that you can search for along here. So say you wanted to look for affidavit of death, okay? If you want it to be on an exact date, you'd leave it as match. If you just want to leave it in a certain amount of time, just change it. So let's just say the last 12 months, for example. I will click get count, and it shows me that 2 properties match my criteria. Now remember, this is a bit of a smaller result because we're only searching 250 homes. If we had a bigger list, you'd probably definitely get more results. So if you wanted to see those properties and the details, you'd click pay now. But the next thing you might want to look at before you do that, if you want the phones and emails for those 2 leads, again, you just keep going left to right. So phones and emails, I only want them if they have both a phone and email, for example. And we might not get many results because there were only 2 there. Well, actually, they both have 2. So say I'm like, okay, that's great. There's 2 properties that match my criteria, phones and emails, last 12 months, an affidavit of death was filed. I'd like to get those leads. I simply click pay now. And I'll show you how to use your wallet right after this. I already have a wallet on here. So I'm just going to call it Mendocino Drive. I'd like a CSV export. I'll pay. And then I'd like to actually see those records. So here's your 2 records. It shows you the property addresses, shows you all the detailed information, the owner names. Okay, and here's something actually I'm glad I did as an example. See, this first one doesn't show you the phones. So I will be refunded for that. So if you pay for a list and some of them don't end up having the phones or emails, then your wallet balance gets refunded. So you won't be paying for that. On this one though, it shows me all their prior phone numbers right there. So you can contact them and all the information about the property as well. So if I like that farm, then I simply save it. Or I could export it to a farm, a marketing tool. You can even export it to Facebook if you have a Facebook business account. You could send it to labels, etc. Are there any questions so far? You can unmute yourself if you have any questions. No? Okay. So that's how you search for these very specific leads. Again, I'm happy to upload any farms in here for you. You can also look at statistics if you're really curious about the statistics of an area. And you can also do buyer cost estimate sheets on here as well. No one has any questions at all? You guys are easy. Wow. Okay, so that's kind of the gist of it. I could be on here for an hour with you, but I don't want to, you know, have your eyes glaze over and not understand. But I'm very happy to, if you want to do your own one-on-one Zoom call with me, or if you'd like me to come meet you at your office and work on it together with you, I'm happy to do that for you. So I can actually share my information in the chat and you can reach out to me directly. If you'd like me to set you up with an account, again, it's completely free. It doesn't cost you anything. The only cost is if you actually do want to buy the leads. So one thing I would suggest, and that's the last part I'll show you, so that you're not constantly putting credit card information in, you click on your info on your actual account and you click on your wallet right here. You can buy credits. So you'll see here, you can buy credits in increments like this. And so we'll only charge you against that balance that you have in there. And again, say it tells you that there's 50 leads with phones and emails and only 30 of them end up having legitimate ones, you'll get the difference refunded to you. So if you set up a wallet this way, then you don't have to put in your credit card information every time. And it's a lot easier and it will save you a lot of time. Any questions, anybody at all? You can happily unmute yourself if you do. We do have a lot of other great tools for you. We do have multiple title profile or Stewart Now accounts where you can run sales comps. You can run AVMs, kind of like a Zestimate, a Zillow estimate, things like that. But if you do have any questions, I'm happy to help you. I can certainly supply you with open house kits as well. I'm happy to drop them off to your properties or to your office. So I'd love to be a resource for you. And if you'd like me to set you up with the Title Toolbox account, just reach out to me and I'll include my information in the chat.
Jose said he's going to want you to set him up with an account.
I thought you had one, Jose. Right, unmute yourself, please. Jose, you're muted again. That's okay. There you are.
I do have an account with somebody else's, but I want to set one up with you.
Perfect. Okay. I'm going to put my info in the chat right here.
Okay.
And then you can, if you want to just email me with your, I really just need, well, I know your company, so I just really need address, email, phone you want to put on there. And then I can easily set you up with an account.
All right. I can do that.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Anybody else? there's my contact information. So I'm available via email, text, phone call, any way you'd like to meet, Facebook, and whatever is simple for you guys. But I'm here to help you grow in your business and your success. So let me know how I can help.
Thank you for being with us today, Michelle.
You're welcome. Everyone have a wonderful day.
Thank
you,
you.
Michelle.
Yeah.
Bye,
Yeah.
everybody.
Bye-bye.